I'm asking you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad my brother, you spoke very well. I enjoy you. I love you. I saw what you put on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, I know nothing. I don't know anything at all. The more I read, the less I know. Because until you die, you keep on learning. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you today, all these cardiovascular diseases we are talking about, hypertension, stroke, diabetes mellitus, it has changed. It's no longer what you are doing or what you are eating. It's a question from conception. That's a new theory. In other words, all these girls we are looking at today, when you get pregnant, please eat very well. If you don't eat very well, look at our people. I'm glad when today was talking. I knew today used to be very, 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 very skinny. Abi? The opposite, right? Now today is doing well. What I'm saying is so simple. Obesity is not from you. It's from the womb. In other words, we are now looking at women that I respect women by all nature, I respect them. They are the caregiver, they are everything, they are second to God. No man on earth has ever got pregnant before in their life, are they? But at the same token, they are the coach, they are the maker, the precipitator of all the diseases we are having today everywhere in the world. I give a typical example. Those of you who have read George Marcos, his father was diagnosed as a cancer patient. He died of cancer. The mother died of cancer. He too was diagnosed as a person suffering from cancer. If you know people who have been diagnosed for cancer, what they go through, it's not an easy thing at all. Chemotherapy, everything, radiotherapy is amazing. Look, I'll be honest with you. In 10 years' time, what you'll be suffering from is what you are eating. I repeat again. What you put on the board, I wish you could put it again. At the same time, I'm going to challenge you too. You still need to do more work. Remember, sit down please. I know nothing. But the more I read, the less I know. Because when you look at the pyramid you have shown, it is true that we eat a lot of carbohydrate. Rice. I was so glad when they said rice is so expensive now. When they make it what they did this fiber rice, I was so happy because people don't understand one thing. People can eat anything, but what you need to pinch is the glycemic index. The glycemic index is so important. Rice is so full of glycemic index. You don't understand, particularly women. When a woman is about 45, at that time they are diagnosed to be what? What do they diagnose them for? When they are 45 and above. What kind of disease do they suffer from? Very easy. Who knows, my sister, what is it? Even type 2 diabetes mellitus. The reason is so simple. When a woman is over 45, that menopause may be coming gradually. When your estrogen, your testosterone is going down, you have a lot of challenges. You don't eat too much of rice. He said it. When you look at your graph, it's a grain at the bottom. What is grain? After all, grain is a part of carbohydrate. It's complex carbohydrate we're talking about. I challenge each one of you today. What's your breakfast, young man? No, what's your breakfast this morning?
A cup of tea.
A cup of tea.
That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's true. Look at the party. I respect so much. I give you kudos. How can you do that? That's not a breakfast. You define a breakfast is after breakfast. What did he tell you? Breakfast. You just saw breakfast. It's not something light. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm challenging each one of you. Please, when you are going outside, life is so simple. It's so short. An adequate diet is what? What is an adequate diet? Look, my medical students and nurses, I told them, I don't believe in theory, I believe in practical. Practical is so important to me. No matter who you are. Look, in front of the bishop, I went to them. I told them, my Lord Bishop, I'm going to offend you. You can't offend my child. I'm going to offend because it's so big. It's so heavy. Tell me what I said in Abuja. I'm going to offend you because when you are overweight, when you are obese, the beginning of every disease is when you are obese. Please, ladies, as tiny as you are today, your child is going to be taller than you are. Do you know that? It's what you eat. So what I'm saying, if you really want to live longer, you need to eat very well. What's an adequate diet anyway? Who knows what's an adequate diet? What's an adequate diet? You are a practitioner now. What's an adequate diet? Tell me. Ladies and gentlemen, look, if you don't know it, I'll give you a typical example. For example, you can take your pap, but you don't sieve your pap. You don't save it. Once you save it, you have removed all the good stuff there. In that pap, you can put peanut there, granite or almond seed, okay? Beans, okay? Fish there. my brother is beginning to develop. It shouldn't be. You should live longer. But the point is you need to live in your own day. Abi? In your own. You can't, without your culture, you can't do very much. Look, the culture is so important. My colleagues, I tell them, I say, look, tell me any disease that doesn't involve nutrition. Even when it comes to grapefruit, if you eat the seed of grapefruit, it's so powerful. So which means there must be all kinds of fruits. You must eat fruit with every food you are taking. There is no way on earth you are going to live. Marcus, he was diagnosed to die of cancer. He did not. Today in California, he has what's called Hallelujah Diet. He has a big company, hospital. He's treating people with diet, not with drug. We are looking for doctors who are not going to use drug, but to use nutrition and exercise. That's what we are looking for. Is my time up? Is my time up? Continue? No problem, because I can stop anytime. So what I'm saying is so simple. I want our ladies to understand when you are pregnant, at conception, when you say at conception, I thought you meant this, I was so happy. But when you go to a conception to plan it, I said, no, you miss the road. Conception, when a woman is pregnant at a particular time, you should take any fried food. Yesterday I was at the clinic telling the lady, how are you? He said, in the morning, he took fried this, he took the egg and yam. I said, you are not eating very well. She looked at me and said, I'm crazy. Egg and bread is not good. It's not a good food because the fetus in you, he cannot tolerate that thing you are taking. In 10 years' time, in 20 years' time, studies have shown what a woman eats during pregnancy. It shows on the person in 20 years, 30 years, and 50 years. When a baby is small at birth, it has a lot of problem in future. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you are what you eat, but what you eat eats you too. You are what you eat, but what you eat eats you too. How does it eat you? It's eating you gradually. When you fry your dodo, you love dodo, you love fruit, you are killing yourself gradually. No doubt about it. Nutrition is so important. So I think in future you should organize this thing better than this way. People should come on. People from the health field, from school of medicine, nursing. They should, because these are the people actually saying the word to the whole world. Ladies, I rest my case. We'll talk later.
Thank you very much, sir. So please, you join the panel. All right, so I'm so happy you didn't ask me what I ate this morning because and he hasn't even noticed that I have stomach yet. So it's all, that's why native is very awesome in somebody's life. All right, thank you very much, sir. I won't tell you what I ate because it's my business. All right, the panel session. To moderate the panel session, please join me as I welcome the convener of this event, Mr. Olasunde Ajayi-Ope.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Interestingly, please, let us check the microphones, please. Every one of you. This is your one, sir. This is your one.
Hello. Testing.
Thank you. So this session, of course, you've met all the panelists, and we will just dive into the session straight away. I will take on Mr. Olorunfemi Falike first. Mr. Falike. You are so passionate about what we eat and how we eat it, when we eat it. Now, this is an event for local foods. My challenge is all this food you are mentioning, how is it possible for one to eat according to what you have said, healthy? With our local foods, I think we have such a very small range of food stuff to eat from. How do you say that? Okay. I mean, at least as a Yoruba man, the only thing I know is amala and gbegiri. I won't tell you what I ate this morning too.
That's not confessing now. It's confession time. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, maybe I will take it from, the problem we have is maybe I want to speak some Yoruba. Now, most of us, amanje, amunukun. We eat quantity, we don't eat quality. Like Prof rightly said, most of us abuse rice. I was somewhere, someone wanted to eat, and he sat down on and put rice, spaghetti, and yam, and one pomo. Now, the question, is that balance? That is carbohydrate abuse. There's some big women that are big daddies and mommies, they also want to eat. They sit down, they gather all manners of protein, abuse it. Roundabout shaki, and put it there with maybe one small amala, actually come with our drivers and order. Now the question now is, some mothers too that are here too, they also kill their husbands with protein. Do you know that? Because the husband is the breadwinner of the family. You now give him 4 pieces of meat and give the child that needs meat go half meat or even no meat. Some people believe that when you give your children meat when they are young or fish, they begin to steal when they grow up. They depart from the protein. Now, what is the question? How do we even know? Do you know that the foods that you eat have a lot of calories? Now, I have something here. Calories in Nigerian foods, like Prophet said. With due respect, sir, I have a privilege when I was in training to read some of your books, sir. It's a privilege for me meeting you real life. Now, that's someone wants to eat. He cook vegetable soup with orishirishi inside. You know how the thing looks like. It's a pity they couldn't put it in. We have shown you. You will see it looks very sumptuous. But when we consume too much calories in our food from the oil, if you want to do any soup, they carry a gallon of oil, they turn it like this and pour plenty oil inside. The oil will be, flowing on one side, and egusi soup. So people eat egusi soup a lot, loaded with calories too. Fat, now one thing about it, fat and carbohydrates. That's the only way calories enter our stamp protein too. Now another thing that we discover is most of us too many sugar, so many sweets when carbohydrates we take it there. But like I showed you in the food pyramid, the healthy food pyramid, you should take more of vegetables and fruits and less of carbohydrates. Because at the end of the day, what happens? The fiber will help you a lot. But the question now is, do we even know what we should or what we should not eat? Each time you sit down to eat something, make sure that the kinds of food, the carbohydrates, do we know them? Can we mention them? Some don't know. Let's go. Carbohydrates, protein, fat and oil, vitamins, minerals. Do you know God's so wonderful? God has something like a vitamin mineral complex. For example, if there's no vitamin D in your body, calcium not synthesized. For example, and do you know when you abuse some of these soft drinks, the empty calorie, the dead foods in quote, carbohydrates actually what depletes your calcium stores. Now, there's some things we do that break down our body stores that lead us to what? Diseases. Now, I define the word diseases, D-I-S, then ease. Something that removes your comfort. Disease. Ease is comfort. So when you have diseases, something that is taking away your comfort, your dera from your body, that several people use their own hand to actually do what? To harm themselves. So the important thing is whenever you are eating or you are producing something, make sure it's balanced. If you are buying it from outside, check the nutritional information that it contains that will help us. They put the caloric content of all these foods on it, but most of us, we don't read it. We ignore it. And when you eat all those things, you just accumulate calories. You see a very fine, beautiful drink, colorful, sweet, tastes nice. The only thing there is what? Calories and energy, sugar. Everything is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and we go and buy it.
Thank you, Mr. Falike. Even though you deviated a little bit from my initial question, but I will take it on from the other two panelists. Please, at any point in time, because this is a panel discussion and we don't want it to be limited to us here on the high table, you want to ask any question. That's the reason why we've designed this convention to be like this. Please feel free, just signify, and the microphone will be handed to you. Miss Omorege, sorry. Give me a typical average that anybody can pick, you understand? Because look, maybe I should bring it down to you. If I eat amala in the morning, I can afford to spend only 200 naira and I will be good for the day. You are like, Abi, one igbako of amala is still 50 naira in Ibadan. You understand? And if I felt amala is not good enough for me, I go for fufu. That one will stay longer in the body. Abi? So I take 1 wrap, 2 wraps, and for some of us who are blessed to be able to do some good job at it, 3 wraps and 1 meat, plenty vegetable. Is that not balanced? How can an average person pick something? You understand? I mean, what is just there for anybody to pick?
For me, I would like to be careful answering that question because I'm a weight loss and wellness coach and I use the ketogenic lifestyle approach. So for ketogenic lifestyle approach, what we do is we eat less carbohydrates and we do high fats and little protein. So now this question is kind of trickish because the people I coach might be watching me. So for us on this lifestyle, what we do is for our lifestyle to be balanced, what we do is we do protein, we do little carbs, and we do fats. So for that, I can do vegetable, I do fish, then That's all for the lifestyle. I can do fatty fish and vegetables.
So in the morning I would take a bowl of vegetable and fish.
In the morning I can do eggs. I can do eggs with coconut oil.
All those things are not coming cheap to those of us who are eating. I'm saying, what food can I eat with 200 naira?
Yes, you can do eggs.
Eggs, yes. 50 naira egg, one.
You can do eggs.
I still have 150 left.
You can do eggs with palm oil. You fry it with your little pepper. That's all.
Okay.
Sorry. I can't let that.
I know you won't let it go, sir. Please pick up the microphone, sir. Please.
How many pieces of egg is he going to use?
Hello. Mic check, please. Prof, please. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. This is the beauty of what we are having. Please, you know, Prof keeps saying that he's here to learn. The truth of the matter is that in my opening speech, I said we should be ready to unlearn, we should be ready to relearn, and we should be ready to learn. Some things you may think is correct about you, please be ready to unlearn it. And we are going to challenge cultures, we are going to challenge beliefs here, because we are creating a new order. I said it to you that this is a revolution, and this is my own way of saying I'm no longer willing and I'm challenging what is in place. You understand? So, Prof, what is your take?
Ladies and gentlemen, my sister, if I get hold of you for 1 month, I will change you without use your ketogenic diet. I'll be honest with you. If you go back to the literature search, ketogenic diet has its disadvantages and advantages too. It's not working. Ladies and gentlemen, because I respect her so much, he's changing life and he's introducing nutrition. Anybody that is talking about food, to me, is my friend, is my sister, is my brother, is my all in all, and I respect you for that. At the same token, believe me sincerely, for good 40 years, I've been in this field. Professor Molu, Professor Molu in Ibadan. That was my mentor too. Oyetuya is my mentor too. Those are people that are, please, thank you. You need to relearn. Go back and check ketogenic diet. When you use too much fat, you see, there is no way on earth that fat will burn without carbohydrate. It's basic, isn't that so?
So we are taking carbohydrates. The carbohydrates you're getting is from the vegetables you're eating.
Listen to me. Look, please, for goodness sake, dieting will make you more fatter. Whether you like it or not, it will. It's experience. Look, the more I read, the less I know. But nowadays, I've changed. If I have my way, I don't have time. We could have gone together. I give you my recipe, and you look at it. You will change, because when I saw you are a beautiful lady. You are good looking, but in 10 years' time, how will you be like? You know how old I am? Listen, do you know my age? Do you know my age? I'm a young man born yesterday at 75. Yes.
Prof is actually 75.
No, we need to be fat with ourselves. The slimmer you are, the longer you will live. And what you eat is so important. Dieting makes you to be more fat. It has been concluded.
For me, it is not, I don't call it a diet, I call it a lifestyle. Because I'm getting my carbohydrates from my vegetables, I'm getting my protein from fish, I'm getting it from meat, I'm getting it from chicken, and I'm getting fat. And this fat, you're losing fat. It's not as if you don't have glucose in your system. You have glucose, but it's not just like the way it used to be when you were eating a lot of carbohydrates. So if you have ketones in your body, you are able to burn fat.
All right. I think now it's getting interesting. You see, Prof is 40-year-old in the academics. And I think, hold on, please. I'm not behind Prof, and neither am I behind you. So be careful with me. I'm a moderator. Prof is 40-year-old, and I'm loving it that a probably less experienced academia, so to say, quote and unquote, is challenging Prof's theories, and probably will have to question your PhD today. Let me leave it to Feishara.
Hello. Good morning, everybody. I understand the sentiment and I understand what everybody is saying, but we need to attack this professionally,
good,
and scientifically. For everything you eat, every food you pick up, the highest constituent is the carbohydrate. Every. So you see, I've seen a lot of people talk about you are eating carbohydrate. Actually, for every food you eat, you are eating carbohydrate. Now, the leverage is that sometimes you need a higher constituent of protein, so you look for food that has a higher constituent of protein. And I think the highest is going to be 28% or so. And that's going to be milk or egg. I'm not sure. Now, what are the things you want to watch out for? You want to watch out for yourself. As a matter of fact, your GIT and mine are quite different. When I don't eat much, I still turn fat. I was in one country recently and I decided to go on fruits alone. I got fatter. Because as a matter of fact, what I am eating from that fruit is fructose. It's a sugar. It's converted. And it should bring to you that there's no one straight rule to nutrition. That's the first thing I want you to get. The second thing I want you to get is to understand yourself. What makes you good? If I do not take breakfast, I lose the day. Because I get this light headache and then I become so drooly at work. So when I have good things to do in office, I don't fast. I take my breakfast. So you understand yourself. That's one. Two, I have seen a few things labeled here. According to Codex Alimentarius, which is the world body governing food, you must never portray a food to have a medicinal value. And I have seen that here. Saying things like, if you take this food, it's going to help you with this. The first rule as professionals that we learned is that you must never portray a food to have medicinal value. Yes, I can tell you that potassium is so good in plantain. And I can tell you what potassium can do in your body. But I will never tell you that plantain will help you against arthritis. Do you get my point? So as a professional, there are some guns you don't shoot. I hope you are getting what I'm saying now. So you have to be careful how we coin this. I heard somebody say, Gari has nothing. Gari has so many things. Gari is the first Nigerian food internationally accepted. As a matter of fact, our first Nigerian standard accepted by Codex was Gari. Because Gari is a fermented food. Fermented foods have the highest quality. Are we getting what I'm saying now? So in nutrition, there are so many things you have to come and put together before you come up with a thesis or with a lifestyle. When she said they take a little protein, a little of fiber and all that, the word there that should be taken into cognizance is little. Eat according to what your body can convert. We have different conversion ratios. That lady that is not very fat may be eating more than me and have little conversion ratio. The body may not take much interest in taking things in, just throw a lot out. I might have a lot of conversion ratio. I drink a cup of milk, I blow up. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's no fast rule, there's no single rule to nutrition. And I always say this, Prof. That's one of the things that give us most problems. I was at a conference recently, and they were talking about whole wheat bread and white bread. And I had to lay it to rest. When you have whole wheat bread, all you have in addition to white bread are just fibers. Nothing more. And as a matter of fact, unfortunately, I want to tell you that it has more calories than white bread. You will not believe me, but go and check. So you see, it is erroneous for you to recommend a whole wheat bread to a diabetic patient over a white bread. I'm a professional and I'm saying it from my angle. And I can give you scientific evidence for this. So you see, when you look at some of these things, we have believed so much in errors in the Nigerian food industry. And it's because we professionals don't talk. I've been sitting down there, I really wouldn't have talked, but I've been correcting this over ages. When I go to conferences like this and I see this, the food industry needs its professionals to wake up and talk and say these things as they are. She's right if they take a little of veggies, of what else, of protein, but what is important there is the word little. That's my take.
Thank you very much. I think I do support in total. Even the Gari you are talking about, Professor Oke, those who know Professor Oke, you know Professor Oke, you know in Ibadan. There is what is called vitamin B17, which are supposed to fight against cancer. So Gari, not only that, people from Ijebu area, they said that most of them, they are low hypertensive because they take a lot of Gari. So Gari has its own value too. But the point is that the word ketogenic diet, that's what I'm not actually careful because you see, the bottom line is this, as you said, the variety of your standpoint theory. That's why your standpoint theory. That's why you didn't lose weight. That's why you are gaining weight. But standpoint theory says that if you really want to lose weight, your body will fight against it at all costs. It will hold on to it, it won't let go. And again, it has been shown. Look back, what was your bad weight? It's only in this country we don't have records. In UK, in USA, where they have records, they follow people for up to 80 years, and they find out.
I was 3 kg at birth. I was 3 kg at birth.
Exactly. Thank you very much. So, so if you are less than 2.5 kg at birth, there is a way that you are going to suffer from obesity. No matter what you have done, the only thing you can do is to control what you are eating. So the idea of eating fat. Look, my friend Professor Wale Omole, we used to argue. You know him very well. You know him very well. You can't beat him when it comes to debate. He's so intelligent, and I respect him. He uses ketogenic diet. I say, look, my brother, what are you talking about? He will eat just one in a day, and all he takes is fat. So, but again, gradually as he ages, the thing will settle down. So I'm not saying, all I'm saying is that please, a variety of food. So there is some way on that. If you want to eat, there must be fruit, there must be vegetables. The so-called head plate diet, where it says your plate should have at least 4 colors. 4 colors should be in your plate. And that's the guideline. That's if you want to lose weight. I challenge you. If you have time, I will find time for 1 week or 2 weeks. 10 of your people will see difference.
Actually, sir, I don't know, but this lifestyle works because I used to be very overweight until August when I started this lifestyle and I started coaching people, and a lot of people, even my sister is a testimony. I coached her and she has lost a lot of weight. She used to be very overweight. This lifestyle works because you're burning fats. You have ketones in your system and you are burning as you're eating the fat, and it is good fat.
You see, let me tell you the secret. I don't want to talk, but the more you talk, the more you pump it up. You see, that ketogenic diet, if you smell the amount, they will smell at the paste you are putting on your leg. It smells because ketone body has its own adverse effect on the body. That's why I'm going to. Look. I say God bless you. No. Please, I'm begging in the name of God.
Mr. Falike,
let me ask something. I've been listening since. I'm also learning too. But there's something I want to say. Do you know that Mr. Protein, I want to use Mr. Protein, Mr. Carbohydrate, and Mr. Fat, they give us energies. Now, when you burn 1 gram of carbohydrate, they give you 4 joules. When you burn fat, it gives you, I think, 9 kilojoules. You understand? Now, the problem is that you are deriving energy from fat instead of originally from carbohydrates. Any food you have, you have cereals, you have milk, they have fructose, maltose, galactose, and glucose. All this will digest and all that and form glucose. You understand? Now the end point really is this. What Prof is saying is very correct. At least between me and you, he asked me to explain that both of us combine together. But what I'm trying to say is this: if you're going to be putting your carton diet is more fats and less carbohydrate, you are putting more stress really on liver, because liver is going to break down the excess fat, and kidney is under pressure to cleanse your system and keep your weight within normal range. Those kind of people, they might get the result now, but the question is, would they live long? Because the truth is, from normal after the age of 40, the effect of kidney begins to go down. Once you are 40 years of age, your kidney efficiency begins to go down. So the question is, how are you using your kidney? Because your kidney does 4 major works to clean your system of urea, uric acid, ammonia, and water, and keep your pH within normal range so you don't fall sick and break down. When your kidney is being overused because of ketone diet and your liver, what happens? Liver has a lot of functions, plenty functions. So you might be exposing the risk of your liver. The ketone diet has pros and cons, which you know.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, I want to kind of lay it to rest and throw it back to the floor. Do we have anybody who has a question for them? Okay, please, can you just come forward, please? Shegun. Tell us your name, what you do, and how we can connect with you.
I'm an entrepreneur. My question is this. Well, with the advent of social media, you get a lot of write-ups and, all these things about what you eat. My own question is this to the professionals. I've heard 2 different school of thoughts on fruits. There's one that says you eat fruits after a meal. And another one came and said, you eat fruits on an empty stomach. And there was the, argument that when you have your meal, your normal meal, and then you eat fruit on top, the fruits, as they are being digested, now ferment the food. Yes, it ferments the food in your stomach and it gives you gases, it gives you all sorts of other things. But if you eat your fruits maybe 30 minutes before your meal, then the fruits get digested in your stomach because that's the first thing it sees, and dispels the minerals and everything else into your body, and then maybe 30 minutes later you can now eat your food. I want to know which is, what should we do? It's confusing because one day you get one, the next day you get another one, dispelling the other one. So who is churning out all these things, and what should we follow? Thank you.
I would like Mr. Falike to go on that first.
Prof. Can I go ahead, sir, Prof?
I see.
Okay. Well, the ideal thing is this, like we said, we learn every day. But the question is, the things you are getting on social media, what's the source? That person turning out those things, who is he? What's his qualification? What's his profession? For example, now, if a mechanic is telling me something about electrician, something is wrong if I believe it. You understand? Now, if you look at it ideally, your system, your GIT, your stomach, God put an acid there normally. Now, proteinous food, for example, are digested by acidic enzymes. Now, when you put fruit in your system, like for example, most people they say they are fasting, they're not going to get acidic fruit and put it in their system. Orange, for example, is a popular one. You want to break your fast, you do orange. Now, permit me, I would go around some places just to get some points ahead. Now, it's wrong for you to your body has been without food since, and it's reverting to what? So you breaking down of your body stores. And instead of taking water and starting with alkalizing fruits like watermelon and cucumber, you go and carry orange, or you go and buy Coke and drink it. I say it's give you energy first of all. You are killing your system because there is also ACL in your system already there to digest your food and mix the enzymes well with your food. But when you are eating your fruit, alkalizing fruit is better first before your food, because there is going to be an interaction. The whole idea of eating food is to get the nutrients from the food, absorb it by Mr. Instrument Tester to get it to your body and get the benefit from the food and release the rest to your rectum to go to the toilet. But when you eat a lot of concoction in your system, what happens? There will be a royal rumble in your tummy. At the end of the day, you won't maximize the utilization and the absorption of nutrients from the food you are eating. So the ideal thing really, before you take your food, first of all, take water. I tell people, water is very, very good. Now, there are 4 times you must take water. Like I said, when you wake up in the morning, before your food, before you take your bath, and before you go to bed. Now, before you go to bed, when you take water, it will reduce your risk of having a cardiac arrest or stroke. When you take your food before your bath, it reduces your risk of having high BP. When you take your food before your milk water before your food, it helps you what? To prevent what? To aid the digestion of your food and assimilation. Then water in the morning is to remove toxins from your body. Now, when you take your fruits, like just said, before you put your food on top, by then your fruit has a lot of things going to give you, vitamins, minerals, which you need the strong content that get from your food. Then a lot of fiber is there. A lot of antioxidant that's good for your body cells and for your optimal functioning. Before you now put your food, by then your food should not be quantity. Don't go and eat 2 congos of rice because you want to eat, or 10 grams of amala at a sitting. No, your heaviest meal should be in the afternoon, because that's when you are most active. You understand? Then when you do that in the evening, it's not compulsory you eat another swallow again. When you get home, any food you eat after 8 p.m. ideally in digestion is equals to poison, because at night time when you are eating amala and fufu, you sleep around 10. The food will not digest. Digestion is complete after 4 hours. I stand corrected, Prof. Am I correct, sir? Your food is digested after 4 hours. So when you eat at 10 p.m. and you're sleeping at 10:30 after Chinese news, what happens is that the food you are eating will just stay in your tummy and it causes distension of the abdominal wall. So the food you are eating is not doing a lot of harm. And when you go to the toilet in the morning, you see the toilet bowl will just be filled with plenty of things. If you do a sample of that stool, you see so many food particles that are supposed to benefit your body in the toilet bowl. So the important thing, when you, like rightly said, when you see this on social media, find out, verify. Find it from people like my prof. For today now, I will enroll 111 in his class. No, because I want to learn many things. Like he said, you don't stop learning until you die. We learn every day. So ask for people that know, ask questions. You click on that link and look for a phone number and call that person. Some people just something and just forward it. That's it. But when you see it, find out, verify.
Okay.
Thank you.
I want to ask Prof, or whichever one of you will take it. You are talking about alkaline fruits, acidic fruits. For some of us,
Have I answered you?
You will lay rest to it with this one, sir. I'm asking you, so note this question, sir. I just want a layman's approach to it. How do I recognize which fruit is alkaline, which fruit is acidic? Professor, please take that with laying rest to the question of...
Listen, let's be honest with ourselves. There is no way on earth we are going to sit in this room and tell people this is for acidic, this is for basic. The bottom line is so simple. Animal protein by nature, they are what? They are acidic. They are acidic. The fruit you are talking, even the watermelon he was making reference to. If you look at the glycemic index of watermelon, for a diabetic patient won't take it, but he will take it because of the available carbohydrate in watermelon is so little. It's the glycemic load that we worry so much about. Glycemic load simply means glycemic index times available protein, available carbohydrate divided by 100. That gives you the glycemic load. That's more important. So, which means when you look at glycemic load of watermelon, it's so little. That's why it's so recommended to even diabetic patient. Now, the issue what you are talking about, the ideal thing is to take. He said he took fruit, but when I get hold of him, we will talk. For how long did you take fruit for? What type of fruit are you taking? Because where was he? Is he in USA where he saw do much he's supposed to do? Please, I'm begging you in the name of God. Whatever we are going to recommend, you should know that it depends on the structure of the person. The available, the weight of the person, what he's doing, and what is his lifestyle. So ideally, you should take your food first before you take any food. It has been shown by even in the researchers from USA. They have shown it because what you said, fermentation will take place. The food, he said it right. He said, if you take milk, it will blow up. Why is it? Because our nature does not call us to take milk. After winning, we don't take milk anymore. So. We don't know if you take milk, you will be passing gas unless you will be taking milk when you're a young person. But whereas in USA or in London, for a child, breakfast, 3.5, how many ounces of milk in the morning? 3.5 ounces of milk, 3.5 ounces of fruit, and 3.5 ounces of protein and vegetable. That's where they do it. You could see, we can learn from there. You see, fruit is there, vegetable is there, and everything there. So, issue or basic. You use the word dead food. Dead foods, any food that you have cooked, it has become dead because you have removed all the vitamins, all the things that is so. You see, there is this microorganism in it that they make you to be what you are. Don't forget that. But meat, you can't eat them raw. You need to cook them. Because of viral, salmonella, etc., you get infection from them. But you need to cook them. But a little bit. Don't forget one thing. The use of freezer, your fridge, is killing most of us. We don't know it. It is killing us.
Right.
Look, listen. If you begin to look at it, look. That's all we are asking. I won't go to that. But the bottom line is basic food, acidic food. All you need to do, amala, is from what? Yam. Amala ogede is from what? And they will take diabetic patient to take amala, plantain amala. Amala ogede, abi? Is that so? Why are they asking them to do that? Do you know the reason? And why? You don't know. You should know now. You see, a diabetic patient needs to control his glucose intake, carbohydrate intake. So, amala from plantain is a first fruit. It's not yam. Do you remember any food that from the bottom? It's not as good as the one from the top. It doesn't get the sunshine. Don't forget that. So amala plantain is so good for the diabetic patient because it's lighter. And if you look at it, even the yam flour you are talking about, do you know, according to research in Ibadan, pounded yam flour, they are all high in glycemic index.
Very high. Because
you have changed the structure. Once you change the structure, you have nothing anymore there. It's more of what do you mean by glycemic index? Is the rate at which sugar is being produced in your system. If you eat bread right now, somebody who eats bread and somebody who eats yam, they are different people entirely. The person who eats yam, the sugar won't be quickly released. The person who eats bread, it will be shoot up, as he said. Wheat flour, wheat bread, and now they are all. You see, look, I'm glad he said that. Some of these you are not even monitoring them in the market. Look, go to ShopRite. I challenge them. I was at ShopRite. Mushroom has a specific date for expiry date. They used to put it. All of a sudden, they remove it. I went to the manager. I said, look, what you are doing is wrong. Luckily, I'm going to get your phone. I'm going to start collecting you. Because, again, my brother, all those 5 Alive, they are putting inside. And the water they are putting, it's wrong. You are killing us. You are not following them up properly. You are. I will tell you the reason. Where is that?
Ladies and gentlemen,
we have a question at the back. We have one very interesting question.
Let me just add something before we round up.
Okay.
And also, wrong food combinations, very, very important. Someone wants to eat now. If you combine, for example, watermelon and banana and eat at the same time, you know it's not good. Banana is a heavy-duty fruit. Watermelon digests under 15-20 minutes. What happens is that Mr. Banana, first of all, we have to digest first and take about 4 hours to digest. Watermelon will wait for banana to finish digesting before what now go to turn of watermelon. By then in your stomach there's something they call fermentation occurring because watermelon is waiting for 4 hours. So the information is find out. Instead of googling your phone and sharing pictures on Facebook or shoe or cover shoe or handbag, dig and ask questions for where you can get information on what to do. Thank you.
All right. In rounding up, okay, you have one question. Please come forward. Please come forward. Let us quickly take this. So let me this session has taken more than is allotted time, but I think it's worth it. Is it worth it? Yes. Okay, this is what we are going to do. If you have questions, please, all of you who have questions for them, please let us have it at a go. Tell us your name, what you do, so that we can know how to connect with you.
Okay, I'm Fentola Bello. I'm the production manager for Bello Kills Foods. I'm actually a producer of plantain flour, beans flour, and all that. My question is not in that direction. My question is actually on water. Because we have this thought now that drinking cold water is killing you. Yeah, I'm hearing that a lot. And that you should drink warm water or hot water with your meal. I mean, I need clarification on that. So
all right.
Somebody to help me.
Thank you.
Question. Okay. Her question.
Thank you very much. You just finished talking about
your name.
Muriah Fashui, beg your pardon. We just finished talking about banana and watermelon. That means that even in the fruit smoothie thing, you have to mind what you combine with what.
Correct. Very correct.
As I stand, I weigh barely 50 kg and I'm cardinally guilty. I love sugar. As in cube sugar, even this morning I took like 2 heaped teaspoons. I can die with tea.
Please.
Lipsin, anything.
Stop. Reduce it.
I will try my best. Because and then is it true that honey is better?
Okay.
Then there's the issue of how pure are these honeys. There's so much honey outside now. I mean, which one really, how do you really determine the pure one?
Okay, I will talk about sugar.
Let's take one more.
One more, okay.
Hello, my name is Kodri Adewoye, an entrepreneur. Thank you very much for all the illumination we've been doing to all this food we take. The question I want to ask is a question the moderator asked earlier, and that's about if, for instance, we have 200 naira, which kind of food will we be able to hit perfectly without shooting above your budget of that 200 naira, the perfect combination? So that's the question.
We can healthy food, but you mean?
Thank you.
Healthy food.
Right. Sorry, please. I also have a question. It will be unfair. Help my solution. All right. So this is real life, and it's something I'm going through right now. Now, usually I sleep well when I eat heavy at night. Is it your question? Now.
Wait, it's heavy. Explain your heavy.
Heavy. Well, I will explain. Don't worry. Don't worry. I tell you. Now, 2 weeks ago, I told myself, Shegun, stop eating all this crazy. So I may just eat. I'll just eat something light, and then I won't be able to sleep until 1, and then by past 6, I'll just wake up, and that's it for the day. You know, throughout the day, I'll be tired. My eyes will be drowsy. I'll feel horrible for like 1 week or 2 weeks thereabout. So I just told myself, Shegun, this is not working. So I went to buy bread, 300 naira bread, and then I ate half of it, and then I slept well. You know, 2 days now. I did that two nights ago, and I did that yesterday, and I slept very, very well. I mean, honestly, I'm honest. You know. So please, how do you have my solution?
All right. Now, I'm sure all of us had the questions, or you had the question. Because I'm sitting close to Prof, he had signified the one he wanted to answer. So,
Eda first.
Yes, you said you wanted to answer the one of 200 naira.
Ladies and gentlemen, 200 naira, you can manage. It depends on your taste to start with. If you are health conscious, with 200 naira, I go for, let me give you what I tell you I'm going to buy. I will get beans, number one. Okay? If there is yam, I will get yam. But if there is cocoyam, I will get cocoyam. Is that clear? So 50 worth of beans. I won't buy bread. I will go for either cocoyam or red cocoyam, or why not bread? It will help me. Because I know the bread is, when you take bread, is flour. When you change the structure of flour to anything, you are actually, the guy who said he had bread, 300 worth of bread, I think he may be having what is called fast metabolism system. The way he processes food is so fast for him. When he takes heavy food stuff, he sleeps well because of his metabolic system. In the rate at which the food is being boiled in the system. The conversion rate is a big deal. Exactly. Look, sometimes when you finish eating and you feel drowsy, it means you have overstepped your boundary. That's number one. Number two, beans, either cocoyam, then I go for an apple or an orange. Orange is cheap. Whichever is cheap. Agbaluma is, you say agbaluma is I will take one agbaluma. Are you counting it? Because in nutrition, we count food according either to the nutrients or to the food groups. If you look at what I'm doing, I'm building my food groups gradually. Beans will give me what's called proteinous foodstuff, bodybuilding. The yam, energy, and the fruit, protective. Then the vegetable too, I will go for gure, water leaf is so cheap. Abi, if it's in season. If it's not season, I go for spinach. Oh no, ugu is so expensive. It's 200 what, Abi? 200. So 200 now. So I go for the rent. See, the more you go local, the better for you. Again, don't forget, you go for locust beans, not what you call your. No, I don't want to spoil business for anybody. You know what I'm going to talk about. I will go. No, I'm not saying that because people are eating on it. But I will go for locust beans or ogiri. Which fermented, that's fermented beans again, which is good for all. And that's where we are going to. So that's where we solve the 200 world better. I don't go for bread.
So with 200 naira, what Prof has said in essence is eat local as much as you possible. Don't go for bread. Now I'm happy we brought it to this end because that's the essence of why we are gathering.
Hot water.
Okay.
Okay. Now the water question, but Prof, you mentioned agbaluma. I had in mind to just tell us the 6 benefits. Sources of vitamins, like you said, a lot of vitamins are in agbaluma that you ignore. Now, agbaluma has a lot of vitamins there. Then also helps to reduce cramps in ladies. The agbaluma, the ladies who listen, agbaluma also acts as antibacterial. There's research that was done even in France.
Mr. Olorufemi,
I'm coming.
The moderator is sending us away. He has shown me yellow card,
food is
red
life.
card,
The yellow has
even orange card is showing me now.
You know why? Prof said something. What you eat is what you are.
Okay.
You actually what you eat. Because the truth is, most of us are consequences of the food we've eaten 20, 30 years ago. That's the truth. Prof obviously ate well and took care of his health 40 years. That's why he's still like this. Many of his age mates, I'm sorry, sir, with due respect, there are so many men I've met in my little years. I will do something. Some of them are having several health challenges because some of them have taken so many brown and green bottles and abused their health. So I will encourage us to go local, like he said. The more local you go, the cheaper it is for you and the healthier it is for you. Do you know that the agbaluma can also help you to lose weight?
Of course.
It can help you to lose weight.
You can even eat the bar.
It can also treat diseases for you and it's a remedy for sore throat.
Even the inside is good for diabetic patient. It has been done in Enugu.
It has very low.
Do you know that?
Yes, sir. The inside, yes, the inside. The inside. But bottom line, if you are buying Ajayi-Ope, please inspect it.
Or
some of that. No, so the answer the water question.
Hot and cold water.
Yes, I want the water question. Now the ideal thing is everybody here is a normal human being has a body temperature of 37 degrees centigrade. When you take water very cold at -2 degrees centigrade, less than room temperature, your body has to first of all work on that water and convert that water from that ice cold -2 to your body temperature. First of all, before it can stay in that body. So the energy and time the body is supposed to use to digest your food, use on the water first. That's why they tell you that when you drink water that is too cold, ideally you should take your water that is close to room temperature or to your body temperature, so that digestion will be fine and be faster. So when the digestion is supposed to be done and it's wasting energy to convert what the cold water you have taken, the ice block water you have taken to normal temperature, the whole time is gone. The food don't digest and utilize well. That's just the whole solution. Now, you know, if you take very hot water, what do you observe? You start sweating, because the temperature of that water is higher than your body temperature. You see what happens whenever you sweat? You get it. So you might take cold water, you might feel satisfied. But what are you doing? You are sending your body to go to extra work first of all, before digesting the food that you have eaten. Just to answer that question. For further information, just meet me. We'll talk more on that. Now, okay, the sugar is.
For me, for the onion and sugar.
Onion and sugar, okay.
I think it's just better to do without sweetener.
Without sweetener.
For me, it's better you do without sugar or do without honey, because for honey, most of the honeys are adulterated. They tell you it is 100% pure, but most is not pure. So what is the essence of filling your body with what you don't need? So what you just need to do is to do without it.
Correct, because the truth is that many honeys.
As I know we are enjoying this, please can I just ask that our panelists 1 minute just round off this session, and then you can people can come and meet you after, because we still have 3 sessions.
To add to that sweet thing, whatever. Most of us, the sweet things that we have are the ones that are killing our health. If you take a big spoon of sugar and you pour it in the already sweet drink, like you're drinking akamu now, and you're putting plenty of sugar, don't there is sugar there in that akamu, serious, and you put plenty of sugar, it's going to harm you. Once you're 30 and above, cut down your sugar intake. Like Natalie said, look for original, raw, and natural honey, which is not really easy to get, but you can get it, the ones that are not polluted. Then I will encourage you to look for natural sweetener like stevia and xylitol. Stevia is a leaf. If you chew that leaf, it's sweet. Like if you chew your bitter leaf, it's bitter. That leaf is sweet naturally. The stevia is about 300 times sweeter than sugar, which will not increase your glycemic index. A natural sweetener that you can get. But if you cannot lay your hands on sugar, just drink your pap and not put anything inside.
All right, thank you.
Then the one that asked question about eating heavy to go to sleep, like Prof has finally analyzed. The truth is, when you are sleeping, your body organs are sleeping. Take it or leave it.
I don't think I will see you after.
We will see after one-on-one. Thank you very much.
All right.
The way you metabolize fat is faster than the other person, and that is the thing. It's proportional. So whether you like it or not, you may be enjoying right now, but in future, like my sister over there, who says she loves sugar, I can taste sugar. Look, ladies, who is that lady? Who said that? Come here.
I will take it, sir. I will take it to her. I'll take it to her. All right.
because what she doesn't, she's still a young lady, and if I look, come closer. I'll tell you something. Come closer.
Put your hands together. Come.
Look, there is something. Look.
40s. Okay, so take.
Mike.
Oh yeah, go. I can see. Come. I see what I'm looking for. She's, number one, she's a fast metabolizer. No matter what she eats, she can't get fat. And again. But in future, when you begin to be 40 or 55, when you are you menopause? When you get there, you see it's going to affect you, because sugar by nature, sugar is a food for cancer. You understand that? Are you not? Look, I never believe in. When I saw breast cancer, I'd be looking at it all the time. Then when I saw prostate cancer, I was shocked. You know why I was shocked? Who do you know the reason? Breast cancer doesn't mean anything to me. But when I saw prostate cancer, I was shocked. Why? Because I'm a man too. I can see it can happen to me. But breast cancer, but now, latest I say that men are beginning to have breast cancer now.
Yes, you're right.
Men are going to have more breast cancer now. Why? Because of our food. Watch out. Huh?
All right, thank you. Please put your hands together.
Please.
So before we escape, Mr.
Put your hands together. Put your hands together for our panelists, everybody, please. Please, you just got to return to your seats. Thank you very, very much for your time. Please keep putting your hands together until they return to their seats. Thank you so very, very much. That was awesome. That was amazing. You know, if we can do this till evening, I'm very, very sure. Very, very sure we'll do this till evening. But, you know, for us to get everything that we came out here to achieve. All right. Honestly, I didn't want that session to end. You know, really, honestly. But I mean, I have to do my own part of the job. I know we've learned a lot, we've gained a lot has been said, but that is only the first session. We also encourage that this sorts of conversations keep happening everywhere you find yourself. Let us engage ourselves. This is one thing that we have not done enough of in our community yet. And I like the fact that everybody is a part of the conversation. All right. So right now we'll be having a short, Mr. Ajayi-Ope called it tea break. Me, I said Zobo break, but we won't be having Zobo. So it's a break, another networking session. So go around, let's meet people. And please, when you come back, ensure that you are sitting closer to the front than you were sitting before you came around today. So please enjoy yourself. We'll see you in 15 minutes for the funding and financial opportunities.